We heard Johnny Rocks announce this is AJ Summers' final match here in Impact Zone Wrestling, and it is our privilege and our pleasure to get to sit ringside as he shakes hands with Johnny Rocks for the very last time he gets announced by our ring announcer here in Impact Zone Wrestling. The final match for AJ Summers before he moves on from Impact Zone Wrestling. He's moving back to the East Coast, going to compete in the Carolinas, a very tradition-rich, a lot of history in the Carolinas, of course. Who better an opponent than the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, a man who AJ has been linked with since February of this year, going back and forth in one-on-one competition, tag team competition, and now his final match. He tries to pull off one more victory against the Hawaiian Lion, and AJ, even though tonight's a night of celebration, he's taking it to the Hawaiian Lion early.
Oh, wow, he's taking it to him right there. He's giving it to him. It's summertime. I tell you what, I don't like AJ, but I have to say it is summertime right now in the ring.
Oh yeah, it's summertime here in the crowd. The fans have brought beach balls. They're celebrating. They're just having a great time celebrating the career that we've seen in AJ Summers. And AJ, he wants to go out on top. He wants to show everybody exactly what he's been able to do.
Oh!
In a short time in the Hawaiian Lion. Just blocked that discus with a punch to the face.
Wow, I think he
knocked AJ Summers right off his feet and on his back. He almost knocked him clear out.
I think he's out cold. What surprised me.
And we've seen a lot more intensity out of the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, in recent weeks. As he hits it with that exploder suplex right into the corner.
Double whammy right
Summers
there.
is taking a beating here in his final match. Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, not taking it easy on a man that he's grown to respect through competition here in Impact Zone Wrestling. Of course, the new intense Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, that we've seen trying to prove a point to the board of directors and get his shot at the unified champion, Triple X Lawrence Tyler.
You know, one thing I've noticed about John Hawaiian Lion Williams, when he lost that title, I could tell he was more hungrier, he was more angrier. He definitely perceived as a lion, just hungry and aggressive and going after any prey, I should say, sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, he's made some questionable decisions, attacking people after matches, not showing up for a tag team match with AJ Summers. You know, it's not anything that he's doing. It's right out of competition and frustration that this man has, and now he's focused on one goal, and that is getting gold back around his waist here in Impact Zone Wrestling. And I don't even know how the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, feels about being, you know, almost an afterthought here in AJ Summers' final match, and obviously he's trying to prove that point to the fans and everybody here at the Sets in Tempe, Arizona. He's not going to let himself be an afterthought, JT. As we see that trademark lion chop to the chest of AJ Summers, he is not taking it lightly on AJ in his final match here in IZW.
I think a concern right now is AJ's condition after the roundhouse punch and then the exploder suplex to the post. I mean, I don't know if he'd be able to continue this match. It looks like he's very doesn't look worse for wear right there, and it's only opening seconds of the match.
Yeah, we saw a European uppercut by the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams. AJ able to reverse a whip and send Lion right into the ring apron now as AJ trying to get back in, trying to stay on the offense. Kicks to the gut of the former World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, AJ Summers was the winner of the first ever Impact Zone Wrestling Invitational Tournament, winning that tournament back in January as Hawaiian Lion with this beautiful standing drop kick in the corner while AJ's leg was tied up. He could blow out a knee like that, JT.
And he beat 3 other prestigious wrestlers in that.
Oh yeah, and 2 in the finals. He beat several on his way to the finals and then beat Antonio Maestre. And of course, who can forget the frog splash 3/4 of the way across the ring to get the pinfall victory over the feature presentation, Jay Garland, and win that trophy that was almost as tall as he was, JT. Very proud of that moment, a defining moment in the career here in IZW of AJ Summers.
I think he was feeling froggy, and I think he could feel froggy tonight against Hawaiian Lion and leave Impact Zone Wrestling jumping from toadstool to toadstool.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of times you'll see a wrestler in his final match, he gets caught up in the emotion, caught up in the fanfare, and not able to pick up that victory in their last match because they're obviously distracted. AJ Summers has been focused all week. He wants to win his last match in IZW and send everybody out with that memory of him on top.
And he wants people to know who AJ Summers was. He wants people to know it's summertime here in IZW, regardless if he's around or not. And I believe he'll make that point, regardless if he wins or loses.
The fans already know that it's been summertime here in IZW. You could put together a whole DVD of great matches that AJ Summers has been able to put on here for the fans of the Sets in Tempe, Arizona, and all over Impact Zone Wrestling. Hawaiian Lion has been a Boston Crab in the ropes. Not a legal maneuver, but definitely very effective. Just wrenching that back of AJ Summers, just trying to work him over and prepare him for many of the trademark maneuvers that Hawaiian Lion utilizes to defeat his opponents.
You know, I'm not a big fan of AJ Summers, but I respect him. I respect what he's done for the business. I respect his passion for the business. And I think when he goes to North Carolina, he'll express that same passion, that same love anywhere he goes.
Yep, he's got a double clothesline there. AJ trying to go for a clothesline. Hawaiian Lion hits one of his own. Obviously, Lion's a little more impact than AJ's, and he gets the cover now. Only gets 2 in the center of the ring. Still more fight left in AJ Summers. Doesn't want to go out with a loss here in his final wrestling match in Impact Zone Wrestling. And of course, JT, all the celebration, this action-packed show we've had tonight. We do have to make the announcement, starting with our next episode of IZW Impulse and our next tapings at the sets in Tempe, Arizona. It is no longer just Impact Zone Wrestling. We are now NWA Impact Zone Wrestling. JT was announced to the crowd earlier by Board of Directors Representative Steve King. The NWA membership, Impact Zone Wrestling, is now part of the National Wrestling Alliance. Of course, we have the NWA Arizona Heavyweight Championship, and by being a member of the NWA can only bring more competition and more prestige to Impact Zone Wrestling. It's hard to imagine IZW becoming more prestigious, JT, and one of the few things that could accomplish that is a membership in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Oh boy.
As we see Hawaiian Lion locking that armbar in, as well as just tying up AJ Summers, wrenching across that back in the midsection. AJ able to fight out, but now Hawaiian Lion with a big elbow to the face, stopping the momentum of AJ Summers, trying to stop Summertime in the center of the ring.
I can tell. I think he's definitely stopping Summertime right here. I agree with you on that one. Hawaiian Lion just needs to keep AJ Summers grounded and away from that top rope, because AJ is very notorious for going off that top rope and leaping like a frog.
And then drop that elbow in the center of the ring. Still only able to get 2. Of course, the last time these two met in one-on-one competition, Hawaiian Lion went for a big suplex, and he started to get up. AJ Summers just rolled him up with a small package in the center of the ring and got the 3 count.
And it came out of nowhere. Hawaiian Lion did not see it coming.
No, we didn't see it coming. The fans didn't see it coming. Nobody saw it coming. As AJ Summers now, shoulder block, just trying to chop the big man down. A second clothesline in the center of the ring. It's like chopping down a tree, JT. Not easy to do, and Lion blocking that clothesline with double forearm. It's a clothesline to the back of the head of AJ Summers. You can knock a man out like that, especially with the force that is delivered by the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams. He hurt his own hand with that one.
I think John Williams is playing knockout with AJ Summers right here.
Going for the cover in the center of the ring, only gets